Okay. So last day we have learned that how we can create one AWS server computer, means VMI or server Windows server. Then we have installed the Met server into it. Then we have created the discovery credential in our discovery credential table. Then we run the quick discovery. So now today you are able to see after our first discovery, this is our status of the discovery. Okay. So here you guys can see it started 5 and it's completed 5. Means this 5 status has been started and it's completed also 5. Okay. Now, if I'll come down, you guys can see here we will have discovery logs. Okay. If I'm just going to change it to A to Z, so it will be in an order. It is showing discovery started, then it is showing active, now classifying, classified, now identifying, discovery description, no action reason, discovery completed. And here you guys can see Shazam, WMI runner, horizontal discovery probes, and these steps you are able to see it, right? So what is all of this? First of all, what is this? Okay. So whenever your discovery started, discovery is going with 4 status. Keep in mind 4 status. First is scanning. Second one is classification. Third one is identification. Fourth one is exploration. Okay. So now what it is showing over here, that SASM is a probe. Using this probe, this discovery start its discovery pattern for scanning. Okay. So now if I open it, the status in the new tab, so you guys can see it is showing active now and classifying. Okay. And source is SASM. So let me just go back over here. One second, SASM. I need to see the log entries of it. Show log entries. Once again. If this is the correct discovery, what I'm thinking. Okay. Let me just quickly check the discovery timelines. Okay. Information ECCQ. Where is my ECCQ messages? I need that thing. I want to show that thing to you guys. That is my ECCQ. So if I'll be go to first to my mid server for checking what is the status of my mid server. Mid servers, discovery mid servers. So it is mid servers. So my mid server test, this is up only. Okay, this is fine. Now we search for the discovery schedules. Discovery schedules. Under the discovery, we have discovery schedules. Quick discovery, if I'm just giving mid server test, okay. See, it is giving one discovery. Okay. Let's check it. Wait for a few seconds. What it is doing. First, I told the first thing is in the ECCQ, you guys can see the Shazam probe has been using that thing. It started its scanning phase. Okay. If I'm opening this ECCQ, This is the output. From ServiceNow, it is taking the input, then it is again giving the output to the ServiceNow. So I am opening the output. How you are going to read this? That is also means valuable things, right? So you guys can see over here. Here we will have a payload. Control. Let me. Okay. So it is in an encrypted format. And let me just go back. Okay, got it. Format code. Let me copy it first. Okay. Let me open my notepad. Let me reshare the whole screen. I think this will be fine. Okay, let me open my notepad. V. Okay, so here, if I will search, okay, see how it is working. Okay, so it is starting with the ports. It is starting with the ports. We will have different ports. So which port we are just giving, it is starting hitting all the ports like port 135, port 180, port 228, port 137. So all of this port it start hitting. Okay, and this is the payload. Parameter name, mid server details you are just sending, used by runbook, debug, light, XML helper, all of these parameters it is just get sending. Now full name, what is the range of your IP? This is your IP range. Okay, and probe sensor which you are using, we are using Shazam. Okay, so this is the output. Now again I am just going back. Okay, I am discarding it. So again I am just going to open this one. It's slowing down my instance. I don't know why. Okay, so now if I'm going to copy this, okay, this is the input file. Okay, so where is my notepad? Shit, I have turned it off. So now you guys can see over here how it is going. So for probe timing, it is taking this. Okay. First probe is 135. Okay. It's check with the 135 as the input, and the if it is status of this port will come WMI, means it is a Windows server. Then protocol TCP result open. This result is the actual thing, guys. When this sensor hit to this probe, it accessible and result it got open, means this is the first verification. 135 port hit means this is a WMI. Okay, if I'm going for the port 137, okay, 137 means its result came unresolved, so it's a wrong port. Port 53 result resolved. Okay, but post probe is DNS, but we are taking the TCP. So 135 port is first hitted port. Now all the ported, okay, this is the main port and there is some sub port are also there. So always you need to check when the result is open, that is only the actual hitting point. Okay, rather than that, if you have the resolved, unresolved, anything, okay, timed out, any other status will not take in the picture. Okay, so this is the thing I am just saying. Next, see everything for port 5986, it is sorry, probe 5985, result is open. In the next line, the service is coming under Windows only. Okay. Response code is coming 404. Okay. So this all things you need to take in the picture. But don't worry with this thing. It is not our work. I'm just showing how it is just checking this thing. Okay. So now it process. Next, it is giving you this output. After doing this thing, I am going to show you that how this classification is work. The first state is scanning, then we have the classification. Through the Shazam, it is showing it's a WMI. Now I am opening this classification. Okay. Let me open it. WMI. Again. See that through the WMI, when it is classifying, now we through the WMI and through the credential, when this thing is run, we are getting few of the details, just domain is work group, name is this EC2, this is the instance. Okay, this kind of few small details we will get, not the whole details we will get. And once your classification run, what it will do? First, the classification is it's a WMI, means Windows. So it will directly, discovery will directly go to your credential table. Okay, credential. So here, now discovery will have the credential. It will take all the Windows type credential. Okay, type where the type is Windows. So it will take all of those credential and it is start to log in into the system. Okay. And once it is get the appropriate and validate credential, it will start fetching the data. Okay. So how it is working? If I'm just searching over here, the classification, CI classification. Okay, discovery. So you guys can see all of these have different classification, right? CIM, Unix, process, application, all of these things we have. Okay. So now let me just show you guys. Okay, this is the Windows. So for this Windows, where it is here. For this Windows, we have different classification. Okay, so how it will be, how it's created. Let's say this is Windows 2003 server. Okay, so what all parameters we are just sending? I am sending VIP is false, name start with Windows 2003, OS full name contains server. Then it will be think like a Windows 2003 server. Okay, what all probes we are using for this thing? We are using Windows ADM enhanced, horizontal patterns. Okay, this all probes we are going to use for this thing. Okay, so this is how we are just using or our classification. What I can say, Windows classification has been written. Okay, for each of the different tables, and see all of this. Only one is for the computer, one is for the cluster, but most of the, if it is server means it will be go to our CMDB underscore CI underscore win underscore server table. So that is how it is written for which table. If you're going to click on the new, we will do all of these things later. So here you will select for which table you want to create this classification rules. Okay, for the discovery matches criteria. Let's say there I give, right, I shown to you guys, right? Let's say there it was a, let me just open it. So let's say this is your 2003 server. So which criteria you would want to match? Here is 3 criteria you have given, right? You want all of these things needs to match or only single one. Let's say if the name start with Windows 2003, then only it will be server. So that time it will be not a Windows, right? If it is Windows 2003, it can be operating system. OS full name server. Okay. If you keep only server, it can be Linux server also. So that is how we are creating the new things. Okay. Next, we'll create this thing later just because we'll create our custom pattern. I told already, right? So the next thing we are going to learn where our discovery status here. I forgot it. Okay. Windows credential. Okay. So Windows 2002 server, Windows 2002 server. Let me. So I think you got right. Once the class in the classification step, it will take this credential from our credentials table and it will start hit the mid server. And it will, once that is accessible, it will get some limited data. Okay. And this is known as IP affinity. Let's say here is 3 credentials are there. Last time the second one has been accessible. Okay. And this, let's say this order is 200. Okay. And last time also when your discovery run, this second one has been successfully logged in. Okay. In the mid server. So though your order is showing us 200, let's say after that you have 300, before that you will already have 100 order, it will still start from here 200, 300, then again it will come 100. That is how it will go. Okay, it will not start from the 100. That is known as IP affinity. Okay, so the next thing, let me open that where it is. History, discovery status. What it is showing? Started 5 and completed 5, right? Next, your classification done. Sorry, your scanning done. In the scanning, it is checking all of the port like WMI, SNMP, SSH, HTTP, WINS, DNS, SLP, WBM. All of this, it is just scanning. Then it is classified. Yes, it's a WMI port. Next, the pattern. And this is known as our identification. Okay. This is known as our identification. So how it is going to run in the identification? Let me show you guys. So first of all, let me open this. Okay. Here it will get all of the details, okay, with the identification. Prop time status is succeed, okay, means after getting the successful credential and after getting classified successfully, it's showing the status as succeed and it is fetching all of this data, okay, and these all are means encrypted, so means we are not needing it, but yes, this is how it has been there, okay. So now how we can do this thing means how we can see this, the identification. If I'll be searching with CI identification for identification, so you will have these identifiers here. Let's see history. Where is our discovery status? This one is our discovery status. So if I'm going to open it, so our one is a server, right? So CI is already created for this. If I'm not wrong, as it is showing 5 out of 5 has been completed, means The CI is also created. Install software. Okay, install software with desktop application dependency mapping. So now what I need, let me open this. This is my CI and the table name is CMDB underscore CI underscore server. Okay. So what I will do over here, I will just take this table name, Control C. I came into my identifiers, applies to Control V. Also, I think there is a server also, server. Oh, what is the name? Yeah, actually I forgot it. Server. There will be multiple. So let me just search it quickly. Server. So server. There is 53 servers. The first has been created. Horizontal discovery for Windows OS. Okay. So here I just wanted to show that thing. The identifiers. If I'll click on it, new. It is showing all the tables, okay? But our CI is also created in the table, right? So we need our CMDB CI table, okay? So what is the name of our table? That is CMDB underscore CI, but that's not the correct one. Device, Windows classify, source CMDB CI is this. If I'll open it, CMDB underscore CI underscore, it should come as two device, right? Met server created, dependency created, just because of no CMDB underscore CI underscore computer. No, why here? Yeah, without that, how that discovery is happening? This bullshit bug of the service. No, it is coming. Discovery completed. CI is this. I got the CIR. Okay, let's open the patterns directly so I can show that thing. Pattern. Discovery patterns. In the pattern designer, I have opened it. So here, if I'll search it, okay, I will search it in the pattern only without pattern name. Control V. Windows OS. Oh, This pattern says or nothing is it is showing. Expand domain scope. I'm just going from here, from the log. Let's see. Everything is fine for me. Discovery. I need that pattern, guys. Identifier. Identifier. No need. Yeah, I don't need these things. Maybe history. Identifiers. And pattern designer. Here CI type is. Okay. I think, yeah, you guys can see it, right? So if I open it, it is loading in the pattern designer. Here we will create later our custom pattern, but I will show you guys how we can configure our out of the box pattern. Okay. So it is loading. So now you guys can see the pattern type is infrastructure and it is made for this table. Okay. Pattern. This is the pattern which is written in the Nebula language. Track file, input parameters, pattern orchestrator. So what we will do first, pattern identification section. This is only where create and will use, okay, for our identification purpose, right? So now if I click on it, when we are creating the custom one, also we create the new identifiers for the same, okay? So now you guys can see over here, select an operation. If I select on it, get data set by Windows. Okay, so here this all are the different operations. Okay, so first of all, let's say I'll be click on the debug mode, hosting IP. I need the IP. So what was the IP of that thing we got? Sorry, our mid server IP was this, right? Is on this IP only our pattern run, right? Already run. So discover, I have given control V. This is the IP or where we have our IP. Oh, here it is, na IP or host. Yeah, control C. Means you can get it from your discovery status also. But as of now, I'm just pasting it from here. Click on the connect. So it is started the debugging. See, once the debugging started in the temporary variable, these all are the details which we are getting from our third-party tool. And this is all are the details which is for our computer table. So I think if you guys known about the data load through the transform map, you guys know there is a staging table and there is a target table. So staging table means from the third party service node store the temporary values in the temporary variables and then it will be going to map in our target table. So that is how this is also working. Okay. So here in the temporary variables, you guys can see all the details it is showing. If I'm clicking on CMDB serials numbers, okay. See, all the things, CMDB serials, numbers, means what all variables it has, computer system, waste classification. If I'll be clicking on this, it all have the values. Okay. So I'm just going to the command prompt. No need. Debug mode. Okay. So now, see, once I'll be change it, we'll only have this computer system and this, only these two parameters in the temporary variable. But once I will be run this debug mode again, include inactive, keep debug process window open while debugging. See? So again, we are getting our temporary variables, which is going to map with this table. Okay, company. So now, if you're just going to change this table, let's say I want this I want the all the attributes needs to map for the network adapter. So all of this field needs, okay, we are need this field. So if I'll be click on the generate payload, so payload is built from the attributes. So payload, this is in the JSON format, okay? And here we are just sending these parameters and we are need to map it. See, it is sending what? Checking the pattern steps, retrieving the debugger payload, okay? Sending the mid server, running on the mid server test. What is CI CMDB computer cannot be created since there are no attributes defined. Debug pattern, understand why no attributes have been assigned. So now, why? Just because we change it. If I'm giving to computer and I click on this, let's say MAC address, okay? So we need to map this thing. It will be auto map. So step comments, we don't need it. Don't need it, don't need it. No need. Generate payload. Let's see. No, it's need to auto come. Everything is defined now, yeah. Oh. Okay. No issue. We'll see it later when we are just going to do our custom pattern that time. But here we can see a lot of details. Okay. If I'll be just going to search with our, let's say, what is that is called? Windows here. If I'll be search with the hardware, okay. Start hardware. Hardware. Windows hardware information, temporary serial number. It is start debugging now. Yeah, now the mappings will be run. I don't know, will run or not. Yeah. So now you guys can see automatically with the generate payload, it is not giving, but now the execution is going on. Temporary serial number. If you are trying to fetch, it is running. Okay. You guys can see all of this thing here also. Tasks running on this target cleanup. So discovery log, pre-pattern execution. This all the things has been set the attribute. Okay, this attribute is automatically setting up. See, come in all resource. So here it is started taking the temporary, what is that is called? The serial number. Okay, still it is running. Okay. Filter IP address and everything, it is just going on. It is start taking. So in this pattern, single pattern, it will have different operation. Okay, if I'll be just go with that transform value, if I'll be create the node variables, I know you will create it. So create it, transform the value in the chassis type. Another active call is in progress. Which one? The Windows hardware, right? We are just going with the temporary serial table. So all of these things will be go automatically it will be go. domain registry, storage number, everything it is taking automatically. Okay. So next time when we are creating our custom pattern, that time you guys will know that how we are going to create all of these things. Okay. So for this next, this is our IP and this is our CMDB, right? Here, if I'll be just click on this dependency, will it have some dependency? That also you can check. Okay. See the dependency map also we got. This is our computer which has a disk 0. If you guys remember, we have created one disk 0 and we set the capacity for 80 GB, right? So this is the dependency. This is the reference network adapter. It is the Ethernet. Which one is our router or something? IP. Disk partition, disk partition, disk partition. We have the file system C. Okay. So now here we have one network adapters, one storage device, file system, one software installation, one. See our service now meet server test, which we have been installed on our virtual server, that is also showing. Running processes in the machine, that is also showing. Serial numbers, it will have this many serial numbers, EC2. Okay. CI IPs, DNS name, memory modules, TCP connections. I will show you guys what is the mean of this TCP IPs and those stuffs. Computer relationship, there are what all computer relationship is there. Okay. Used by Ethernet. Class owns by this IP. Contained by this. Contains this. Used by Amazon. So all of this kind of relationship, if I'm just going to open this, and if I'm just the relationship is only there, parent. CI relationship, parent is this. If I'm just going to group by type, so you guys can see three types of relationship: used by, owned by, and contain. Okay. So this is how we can identify, we can debug, or we can check the discovery status. Okay. After this identification rule run, so first one is scanning, then classification, then identification, and last is the exploration. So what do you mean by the exploration? So if I'm just add discover now, if I again click on this, the following mandatory field, company didn't came. Okay. So now if I'll think debug has found some errors, review returns. Okay, CMDB serial, I got everything. It's what I got it. So what I'm just trying to do, again trying to open the debug mode. It is start debugging again with Orbit server. Execute the current section. Classified. Get set data by, okay, create the VIP variable. No, no need. We'll do these things later. The custom pattern creation. Okay. Actually, what I just wanted to show you guys, let's say, see, target table is this, second table, first table, this all things are showing, right? So I just wanted to show you guys how we can map that thing. So no worries. In tomorrow's video, I'll be going to show this thing and the custom pattern. So there you guys will be going to learn this thing in more detail. Okay. So that's it for today.